See if that does it.
There it goes.
It's live now.
It should be.
I'm not seeing it.
I see it. Well, I see it because I see it in the studio.
Oh.
I see it.
I see it
In the
now
studio,
too.
whatever. Studio view.
I'm not seeing it.
I see it.
I see it. Well, I see it because I see it in the studio.
Oh.
I'm echoing, but it's fine. Whatever.
I see
In
it
the
now
studio, I
too.
don't care at this point. Studio view.
I'm not seeing it.
I see it.
I see it. Well, I see it because I see it in the studio.
Yeah, it's echoing.
I'm
still.
echoing, but it's fine. Whatever.
I see it.
It's
No,
still echoing at this point.
it's still
Studio view.
still bad echoey. All right. Let's stay live.
Well,
I have an idea.
I see it in the studio.
Yeah, it's echoing.
I'm
still.
echoing, but it's fine. Whatever.
Have an
I see
idea.
it.
It's
No,
still echoing at this point.
It's still
Studio view.
still bad echoey. All right. Let's stay live. I have an idea.
I see it in the studio.
Yeah, it's echoing.
I'm
still.
echoing,
So
but
it's a
fine.
setting.
Have an
I see it.
It's
No,
still echoing at this point.
Yeah, because I muted desktop audio. So audio input capture is yeah, that's what's working. So I think I need to fix you guys. One second. Adam, I think we bamboozled ourselves. I wouldn't be surprised if the problem was because let's try this. And you guys should be able to hear yourselves.
Okay.
Check, 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 check.
I don't hear an echo.
So I figured out that we're idiots.
Well,
Nice.
we knew that already.
My wife concurs.
The reason is because you and I were using YouTube on our computers to try and validate if we were hearing an echo when OBS was using desktop as the source of the audio, meaning it was repeating itself and hearing the echo and then hearing the echo and then hearing the echo and then hearing the echo. That's why it's not doing anything now, because I just muted my side of the stream. If I unmute YouTube right now, it'll kick up again. That's what happened.
Oh.
All right, well, we only lost half an hour. Let's go.
We only lost half an hour and probably the only 3 viewers you're going to have tonight, so.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, Seth's still stuck with us,
Is he?
and he's like 3 hours ahead. Thank you, Seth.
Seth, you are quite the mad doc.
Mm-hmm.
He needs more killer cans though. He only has, I think, 15.
How many can you max run?
18,
they
I think it is.
There's 6 to a squad.
I think it's 6. But he's doing 30 flash kits.
Seems fine.
He says he's contractually obligated to be here.
Because he's part of the network. That's why I always listen to the signals from the front line.
Ah.
Because I have to.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know
sharing
what?
all these trade secrets.
But hey, at the end of the day, it's also incredibly good just to make sure our quality is up.
Which it clearly wasn't for half an hour.
All right, just nobody tell John.
Yeah, he won't listen anyway.
Yeah, he's not going to know. We're not. I'm totally fine to be sworn to secrecy on this.
Well, I'm certainly going to cut this part out of the podcast part.
Why? He won't listen to it.
What you
No, I
should
mean,
do, what you should do, is release all of those other ones as bonus in between episodes. Those other.
Oh, that's Patreon. That's all Patreon content.
Although I just realized, I think I'm the one. Do I record or do you record? Because we haven't officially started recording yet, unless it's just
It's recorded on. I'm gonna have to pull it off of YouTube.
Ah, okay, that's fine then. That's your problem, not mine.
Well, it's the same as Twitch. When something would happen with the Squadcast, I would pull it. I would just pull it off of Twitch, and just uh, audio be damned. It's whatever it is. I can't really do much.
Yeah. Well,
So
why don't you introduce us to all of the people who are listening on their preferred podcast networks, having no idea what the hell we're talking about?
so after some generational technical difficulties, uh, welcome to another episode of TFG Radio. 40K from the judge's perspective, and Tom. Tonight,
I do like that
currently, that was too much to fit in the actual tagline, so it just says 40K from the judge's perspective. I couldn't. It was too much extra money to put and Tom on the end. I was already at my. But as you can hear, tonight we have myself, Adam. We have Tom on the wheels of steel because John is not in right now. He
Please
is
leave a
at his
message after the
son's.
sound of the wine.
He is. He is at the his son's. I believe he's at his son's baseball game. So
Correct.
there you go. And we also have Danny.
Hey.
With an extra hay, just because we're already way behind schedule. Tonight, a few things to talk about. First, we have to pour it out for all those Forge World units that have gone to the great beyond.
Oh my god.
That is called Legends.
You sons of bitches. You blew it up. You madmen. You blew it up.
We
know.
already had an inkling when we saw the Age of Sigmar Forge World cut.
Nuke from orbit.
And I know Danny was upset because he had his giant dinosaur.
I have my giant dinosaur. I have my super bloodthirster. You know, like, these are the things I like to play with. And GW is just like, no.
Unfortunately, I said this in our chat. I did call it, even though I was half joking. But Danny did lose his Dimacaron. Did you have Stone Crusher?
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Oh, that doesn't count. Did you ever play them?
Yeah, they were fine. I mostly used the double claw one as my old one eye.
Oh, okay.
So that still works.
And what else? Oh, the big guy, the big bloodthirster.
Yep, I used him all the time in Age of Sigmar and 40K. So that one hurt.
Did you have anything else? Luckily, the knights are okay.
Knights are okay. They didn't. I didn't check to see if the barbed hero duel and scythe
It
hero
wasn't
duel
on
there.
there. No,
So
it wasn't
they're
on
still
there.
good.
Because they're still still in the market of making big models.
But the Dimacaron's huge. Dimacaron's bigger than
but he's not a
Hero
Titan.
duels.
He's not Titan big. I think that's what I mean by big models.
But neither is a hero duel.
He's a large model.
I have the hero fan, the Harridan, I know are still there, but I don't know.
They're still there. They're chunky. Those are
those
chunks
are
of
big
resin.
guys. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So those are gone for myself for Chaos. I basically lost. I didn't care about the bigger demons. I had the Slanesh one, but I played her. I played her at that tournament Tom and I went to. Remember that tournament we went to, Tom? At way back when at Strategicon?
Oh yeah, Airport Con.
Yeah. Where we tied, but you won because your seals were better than my seals.
Yeah, that was the irony of my win, was my strength of schedule, while simultaneously both of the people I played against were the biggest, like, butthurt losers of all time, and then went on and saying how, like, my Tau setup was rigged and I was like just here to crush dreams and, punch seals, and they tabled their next opponents. So I was like, I'm not sure what's happening here, but you're a hypocrite, I think, is the answer.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay.
So, someone's still bitter about it.
It was more.
right.
It's more just like I don't abide hypocritical bullshit, which is a lot of things in America these days. So I guess I'm just angry all the time,
Yes.
including at
Seems
myself.
about right.
I'll be fair. I do stuff that's against my own code.
So, yeah. So I lost that. I guess. I mean, it's whatever. But more importantly for me, I lost my 2 flyers, the Hell Talon and the Hell Blade. One I never got to use. The other one I used to use all the time, the little one, because it was only like 130 points.
Yeah, it was great.
Actually, pretty good for the point. So, a lot of the characters got dropped. So no more Forge World characters. The Salamanders character Dreadnought
No
got
more Super
dropped.
Dreddy. No more Ashbray or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
and
a
a
real
lot
one.
of the Space Marine characters got dropped, which I'm glad of because they were a fucking pain in the ass in terms of judging, not playing against.
I mean, RIP though, my Relic Contemptors. Just like, goddamn.
But you have regular Contemptors. What does it matter?
Because the Relic Contemptors are like special place in my heart, you know? Because they have the Hydra symbols all over them, the Alpha Legion
Oh no, you
stuff.
could still get. You mean the chapter specific ones?
Yeah. No, I
No, you can still get those.
Space Marine Relic Contemptor Dreadnought is leaving the range.
Right, but you're talking about Hydra, and that's the specific Legion one.
Alpha
The
Legion.
Legion Contemptors are still being sold. The
Yes,
torsos.
but they're being legended out. Is my understanding.
No, there was a model called a Relic Contemptor. That's not Legion specific. He just had a bunch of like laurels and
I'm so confused
filigree
now.
and whatever bullshit. Not the Legion Contemptors. The Legion Contemptor ones just follow the basic rules of the Contemptors because all they are selling now is just the torso and the head. They're not selling the arms or legs.
Mm.
So basically, it's literally costing you an arm and a leg to keep those Contemptors in Forge World. But
Okay.
where's my rim shot sound effect? I can't find it.
I mean, we gotta get some basic production value first before we start adding the soundboard.
I downloaded the wrong soundboard. There, see? People love it.
I didn't hear it, but anyway, so yeah.
Good.
Bye, Forge World.
Yeah, so a lot of those are gone. But there's a lot of stuff still there. Obviously, most of the Space Marine stuff is still there. Especially like the bigger stuff, like the Mastodon and things like that. A lot of that stuff's also moving to plastic, as we
Yeah.
saw with a lot of the Land Raider chassis.
So do I get to put my tinfoil hat on?
Do it.
Yes. 'Cause I
Okay,
wanna
so
hear
what
this.
what it seems like to me is that GW is taking Forge World and essentially removing its impact on the main games on AOS and 40K so that it focuses only on minor things for Heresy and Specialist games, right? I feel like they're downsizing Forge World and moving like the big models and things like that to plastic when they can, but mostly just using Forge World as purely Specialist game support and kind of taking away their influence over rules and models and things like that that appear in the main games. So it feels like maybe they just big mad at Forge World and this is their revenge. And Change of Edition is a good time
This
to
is that
kind of pull.
revenge.
Yeah. Now,
Well,
edition change is a good time to pull that rug, right? And be like, look, you know, like we're not going to update your rules, or you can update your rules to what we, you know, within the guidelines we give you. But who cares? They're legends, so we don't have to worry about them in competitive play.
right. We just make one rule, and we don't have to worry about updating it for basically the rest of the edition.
Yep. That checks out.
So
Or maybe
yeah,
even
well,
more,
I mean,
more editions. I mean, if 10th
they
and 11th are more or less the same, who cares?
right, right. But I mean, I think for a while now, Forge World has been moving closer and closer to being or I think they already are under GW's main GW's umbrella in terms of like rules and things like that. So this makes a lot of sense for them probably because then they don't have to write as many rules, like you said. Let me double check Legends. So for Space Marines, it's basically the box dread, stern guard, all the stuff that's in. It's literally all the stuff that's in the new Leviathan box. So the box dread, stern guard, and Terminators. All the characters. Yeah, the Relic Contemptor Dread Tom is the one it's the fancy Contemptor. That's not Legion specific.
Right, but doesn't that mean that like you can't take a relic contemptor dreadnought with double whatever double whatever weapons you had access to now in competitive games? Isn't that what that means?
I don't know. That you mean the Mortis?
No, not the
When
Mortis.
it was
Mortis.
like double las cannon or
I'm think
whatever?
like so. I used to bring trip dreadnoughts, trip relic contemptors with Volkites.
Right.
So, like I can't do that no more.
Oh, Seth is saying Tom is right, which means I don't like Seth. Um,
Fickle wheel you weave, Adam.
the oh, it's the thing they made character dreads in Iron Hands.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think if it's the double weaponed one, because well, I guess we have to see what the new rules are in terms of how many weapons you can have on each arm. Because the relic contemptor,
You could
but I'm
double up
talking about
on.
the model. So I guess the rules also.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so now all your Alpha Legion, you just confused me when you said snakes on the model, and that's the Legion dread, which is not getting legend. But
Right,
now
but
you have to
that does.
follow, but now you have to follow the rules of the regular contemptor, not the relic contemptor, which is why, yeah. So it's one
Yeah,
weapon in each.
which is what I was
So you're
doing
gonna have to
anyway.
break. You have to break those weapons. Time to break those weapons off.
Well, they're magnetized, but the whole point is that I
Don't ruin
think
my
you can.
narrative.
I think that I'm ruining all your narratives. Isn't the regular contemptor going too? Yeah, the regular contemptor is going too, isn't it?
It,
No,
the vet,
the Minotaur's one is.
that's the Minotaur. Oh, Minotaur's contemptor dread. That's the yeah,
Yeah.
and all the characters, all the characters.
There goes my any plans I ever wanted to have of making a Minotaur's Legion
They're pretty cool.
or Car
Let's see
Caradons.
what else is out. The Drukari Reaper's gone. I didn't even know that was a thing.
For me, I'm surprised that there's no Tau stuff in there because they've got the Yavara, the Ravarna,
Of
the
course not.
Shasa Relay,
Tau.
Tetras. Like I'm kind of shocked, honestly.
I'm glad the pylons. Oh my god, I remember the pylons being
Oh
a
my
thing in
god, I hated
seventh.
pylons. I hated pylons so much.
We got rid of all the Stompa stuff, the super flat cannon or super cannon for orcs, orc on war boss on bike, like Seth just mentioned.
Hmm.
Already left, but nobody knew was all the other characters,
Yeah, I know,
including the
right?
Stonecrusher. And then oh man, the singularity generators are gone.
That was a big old
Whew.
huh?
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what those. It's probably an Eldar thing.
I don't even know what faction that's for.
I want to say Corsairs.
Who?
Exactly. Void scarred Corsairs. Sorry. Landspeeder Tempest. I had one of those.
Mm.
So yeah. So long, suckers. We'll see you in Legends, which means we'll never see you unless someone happens to run a Legends tournament.
Oh, new idea for RTTs at the store.
So
Well, I mean, you might see it with the end of ninth. I saw, like we talked before, I saw one tournament was doing a unfiltered ninth edition where it was just basically raw in terms of the books, no balanced data slate, nothing like that.
And just raw dogging
Yeah,
40,
whatever the
40K.
books come out.
saw
So
that coming.
unnerved, unnerved, unnerved Admech, unnerved Drukari, unnerved Golden Boys, all that stuff. So I'm curious how that tournament would go.
I mean, it's the end of ninth. Who cares?
Well, there's that. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, depending. I mean, a lot of people really love their big models and their Forge World stuff, and
Yeah.
Forge World's certainly expensive. I could see that becoming a relatively, and I do mean this, relatively sizable format. People who just want to play in a Legends, like the really old days of LVO, where we had like the whatever we called it, where you could use Titans and things like that. You
The
could use all the stuff that,
Gladiator. It was a
yeah,
Gladiator.
yeah, that could come back.
I guess. I guess you could make that. I wonder if people would play it though. Like player Legends only tournament.
I think you'd have
You
to
probably
like
you
add
probably
some.
would.
I mean, you'd have to add a little extra pizzazz beyond play Legends because you'd also have to look at the population of what's in Legends, right? Which is mostly just Space Marine players stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
with a
So,
smattering of very few other things.
I don't know. I think you could do it. I think if we did it at like OVO, it would probably be cool. It'd probably catch. But who knows? Speaking of LVO, it was recently announced that the dates for LVO and the dates when tickets on sale. This year, LVO will be a week early, which is from the 18th to the 21st of January.
Okay. I mean, that I think screws some of us.
I'm fine. I could go whenever, obviously. Um, Tickets go on sale June 9th. So keep a lookout. The tickets go pretty fast, so be sure to get on that once it's there. I believe Kicker posted the dates, the time zones around the world for when they go live. If you can do us a solid and click on the link in the show notes, which I think I'm putting right now in the show notes, then it helps us a little when you do buy your stuff through the link. So.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, we need the help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because we need to actually purchase technical support.
Yeah. Right now we're running on thoughts and prayers. That doesn't pay server bills,
Yeah, duct tape and bubble gum
and I'm all out of gum.
and duct tape. So yeah, just be ready for it. More importantly, make sure you budget for it, especially if
Mm-hmm.
you want the high roller package. That goes really
Oh
quick.
yeah.
Um, even just the champs tickets and all that stuff. So because there's certain packages they have now. So just be sure to budget yourself. Like for me, I already know it's in between paychecks, so I got to budget for it if I want something from there. So here's hoping.
Indeed.
But I'm already looking forward to it. Um, I know the rest of us have to look on their calendars now that it's not when it normally is. And
I should be fine. Actually, it means I'll probably be traveling even more in January since the weekend after is my youngest nephew's birthday.
there you
So,
go.
which is also like a week and a half after my oldest nephew's birthday. So, it means I will actually have to go up to Oregon in the middle of the fucking snow
Oh, I'm sure
to
it'll be fine.
celebrate that. Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
that'll be great. Cool, 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 cool.
Gonna be wonderful.
I see no
Just
problems.
wonderful. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Be great. It's gonna be great.
Anyway, my poor Dimacarans, who now will just live in the box they're in my garage.
Perfect.
Poor sweet baby triple Dimacarans.
Oh, you got
God
3 of
damn it.
them, huh?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
you're not
I
the only
do.
one though.
I know. But I had them before they were cool.
Okay, guy. Sure, you're fine. Since the last episode, and basically since the Space Marines reveal, there has been a lot of reveals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll go through all of them because it's a lot. I mean, do we want to? No, we don't want to.
We don't want to.
No. There are other podcasts that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're a judge podcast, not a competitive podcast.
There's some overlap there, but like I don't know. I don't think anyone who listens to us really wants us to do a deep dive on every single thing. There's plenty of other, probably better informed people to listen to for that if that's what you want.
And if you do want that and you're not being heard, then it's your fault for not being part of the Patreon and the TFG Off the Rails Patreon group, where you get a singular point of access to tell us what you want. So there you go.
God damn, look at that salesmanship. Just look at the salesmanship on this guy.
I know.
Look at it.
That's what I do, man. I just push that paper. Gotta preach the good word.
Any? I know Tom's looking forward to tomorrow. We're recording on Thursday, and tomorrow is the Tau preview.
Oh, we see.
I'm also looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Why you don't play Tau?
Well, I can
Yet.
borrow Tom's towel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yet.
Exactly.
So, I guess we'll go. Well, it's only been 2, 4, 6, 8. It's been about 10 previews. Any standouts? I'll go first. Chaos Demons, I like. I like the. It's not Shadow of the Warp. What do they call it?
Oh, I have to probably find that. Hold on.
It's basically Shadow of the Warp.
Oh,
but
it's
different. Shadow of Chaos.
Shadow of Chaos, yeah.
So I kind of like it, especially with the debuff and the buff for leadership and getting more wounds from it, demonic terror, and tying the deep strike into it.
Mm-hmm.
They did limit how much you can ally into other armies, which I believe is 500 points for a typical 2,000 point army.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Instead of what was it? Wasn't it 500 before? Well, it's
Yeah,
500.
25 power level or whatever.
Yeah, it was 25% power level, which can be more than 500 points.
That thing that we thought was also going to last a
gain
lot
that,
longer
yes.
than it did.
Well, yeah.
Nobody liked power. Nobody liked it.
Keeper's Secrets looks okay. Bellicor looks good.
Mm-hmm. God, yeah.
One thing
a lot
of people notice though is that both the Keeper's Secrets and Bellicor do not have the towering keyword.
Yes, which means
so far
can't
we
shoot
assume
them.
that means you can hide them.
I mean, I would rather have Bellicor that than, oh, you don't get to reroll Jack against me.
I mean,
right?
but Bellicor is still pretty beastly.
Oh, yeah.
T10, 18 wounds. But really the what is it? The thing of you can basically turn off your opponent shooting if they're not close to you. So it's like, speaking of Tau, it's like, oh, I'm gonna hide in the back here and just gun you down. It's like, no, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
Which is why when I run Tau, it's gonna be Fish of Fury, baby. Just boats on boats on boats of fire warriors. Just.
At least with this one, I know how I'm going to build my Chaos Demons, which is going to be Bellicor and then Bloodthirsters around him. Just hugging him so I don't get shot off the board turn 1.
Right.
Checks out.
Hey, look at that.
Who just popped in? Was it John?
Yeah, baseball ended 7 minutes.
Baseball
early.
John.
Yeah, baseball John's here.
Full warning. I don't know which John is on tonight. If you listen to the last episode, we had Denethor John.
Yeah, Denethor John.
Which so far is probably my favorite John.
I do want to point out one thing, is that pretty much all the named characters we've seen are epic heroes, which means one name, if that preview they gave of the rule building, of like the army building rules, is
of only
accurate.
Having one.
You can only have one named character in your army.
Unless it's you can only have one epic hero, and certain named heroes are not epic enough.
Maybe, but so far all the named characters that they've shown, I think, are epic heroes. I don't think they've shown a named character that isn't one.
Not yet. I'm assuming there is one because I don't think Sergeant Talius or whatever that Ultramarine Sergeant is would be an epic hero.
True.
Or like Calgar and Captain Ventress, or Cato Sicarius.
Yeah,
Cato Sicarius would be because he'd call himself that. Cato Sicarius, the epic hero, am here to save the day.
Yeah, except I think I would love it though if that he's the actual only as epic as he is, quote unquote, he is actually not an epic hero. That would be wonderful.
It is I.
Oh, there you are, John.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Buddy.
It is I, Cato John.
No.
We don't do that.
I deny being linked to Cato Sicarius in any way, shape, or form.
Because you have the most cats right now, so now you're Cato John.
No. No. I also dislike that they named Cato Sicarius after one of like the most epic of the Romans, and he's terrible. Like, how do you do that?
He's not terrible. He's just really annoying. There's a difference.
Well, that could be terrible. You
I
just
mean,
defined one of the aspects of being terrible.
yeah.
Fair enough, I guess.
Is this live on the YouTubes or what?
Yes.
Okay. I tried to get into the Squadcast thing, and it
Yeah,
wasn't
we can
Oh,
talk about that afterwards. We
don't
don't
worry
talk
about
about
that.
that here.
That's fine.
working.
You don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Squadcast link can't hurt you anymore.
You can tell I didn't read our chat before trying to get in.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine here now. Thank you.
How are you?
Been better.
Did your son win?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, how disappointing.
So is he
Just
sleeping
like the
outside
Lakers.
tonight?
No, he played really well.
Does this mean that you actually get to like have a life again? Is baseball over?
No, because he wants to do All Stars,
Oh
Ooh.
Jesus!
and that's even
Oof.
more time consuming.
So is
And
he
then
sleeping outside tonight?
No, because he played really well.
No.
He was one of the only four kids to get on base for his team, and he did it twice. So he was half of the on base people,
Oh my god.
Dang.
and he only got up twice. Yeah, so
Dang.
that's what it is. What are you gonna do?
All right. Well, we're in the middle of talking about the reveals. Talked about demons. Necron reanimation seems
It looks good for warriors though, because when they're on an objective, they get back what is it, D6?
something like that. But it's always been good for warriors. But they've always had issues with reanimation in terms of just making it work. So
Yeah, I think someone pointed out that it's also they fixed at what point it happens, so it's a little
right,
better than it used to be, but not as OP as it like originally was at some point or another.
right. Do we care about Astra Militarum?
I mean, isn't that a question for GW?
Nah.
Wow. They look okay. The voice of command or the orders look fine.
Hmm.
I think it's funny that they now made you can have 20-man, squads with 2 sergeants. Now there are 2 of them. Baneblade looks okay. Someone made the comment about how funny it is that the battle cannon is just slightly better than the autocannon.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of that going around, right?
Yes, which they kind of did talk about reducing the potency of some of the weapons, but damn, I mean, come on.
Yeah, some of it's a bit
Now,
heavy-handed. I
now the
think.
volcano cannon.
I didn't even look at that.
It's only strength 24, John.
Only?
Only. Oh,
Yeah, but can I get a reroll for it?
Probably.
But I heard rerolls were less frequent and common.
It is less frequent.
Hmm.
I probably would. You would probably have to do a comparison because even though, let's say, Gulliman or some epic hero gives a reroll to a squad as opposed to like all units within a certain range,
Right.
I think that's where the reduction
Sure.
in rerolls is. But
Sure.
And by
Yes.
someone, that means it'll probably be me. So.
Yeah. No, I'm sure that's how they came to the conclusion that there were less rerolls.
I still probably wouldn't make that statement, but I'm not GW, so.
I mean, yeah.
I guess we'll see resurrecting 20-man squads also from
Amazing.
From guard.
Sounds great.
So I'm for sure it's fine. Making the game faster.
Not cultists this time. Now the guardsmen get to do it this edition.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because I'll be killing cultists left and right.
So it's Imperial's turn to recycle their units, not the Chaos. Got it.
Yes.
They're just sending in the next wave, to be frank.
Yeah, I mean, I get the fluff reason for it. I just don't know why it's always got to be one or the other. You could just,
Well,
let the rules work for everybody.
they lost 12 of the new orders they had only got 2 months before. you
Yeah,
know,
it's the
I
recent
don't
loss,
mind.
still
I don't mind
fresh.
a little pittance.
Nah,
Sisters, Acts
I
of
might.
Faith is whatever. It seems more or less the same,
Seems like
except
the
they
same.
get it. Except I think you get it a lot more when everything dies. Everything looks at them wrong.
Yeah. Faith, sisters.
Tom, your thoughts on League?
Um, seems like they're toned down just at a glance, but that could. I don't know. We'll see. My
What do
poor.
you think of the judgment tokens?
I think they're going to be much easier to manage, and I think that it'll not to play into John's easy repeated hand here, but
Hmm?
it'll give them access to if I'm remembering the rule correctly. Let me check myself here
It's
before I
+1.
wreck.
The judge token gives them +1 to hit, and then if there's two, it's +1 to hit and wound.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
are
So
they actually using the frame reroll, or are they just saying roll the dice again? Because in that case, they are actually doing less rerolls because they don't use the term.
Hold on. I have to fix this broken record. I think they do
yeah,
say reroll.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity on their part.
It is. That'd be hilarious.
Like, we don't have any more rerolls. It says right here, you roll the die again. Yeah. You roll the die again. We didn't say reroll.
yeah. They look like. I mean, the +1 to hit and wound is great. Depends on how easily they can dish out um judgment stuff because at a glance right now it seems like it's kind of hard to because
hmm
it's like right now it just says if each time an art enemy unit destroys a of Voton unit, um, they gain
That's when you
one.
get the judgment. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if I think if we look at they didn't give us any kind of spotlight on calls or what they do.
Yeah. So
So
you probably have a way to give out judgment tokens still.
yeah, so we'll see. I mean, judgment's out at the moment, but
Oh God.
I mean we'll
We
see
can
we'll
stop
see
this.
what happens. I'm curious to see what they look like.
They're
I'm
short. We already know what they look like.
womp womp. But I mean, I think what we need to do is we need to talk about the rad bomb in the room.
Well, I was going to talk about something else before that.
What's the
Okay.
rad bomb in the room?
Well, how about we get to it? Adam, you go ahead.
Danny,
Okay.
Danny's not there, so we can
No.
skip Danny. We can skip what we're going to talk. We can talk about the red bomb in the room because
So
Tom made a bad pun.
I did make a bad pun. Well, a bad joke. So the army rule for Mechanicus is not bad, or it's pretty good. Proctor or Conqueror imperative. So basically, either everything in your the Proctor one is everything weapon ranged wise in your unit becomes heavy, so +1 to hit if you sit still.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then each time a ranged attack targets them, if they're in their own zone, they get basically +1 AP against it.
No, worsens the AP.
Right. I mean, tomato tomato. Conqueror is everything has assault, and each time they make an attack, if they're in if the target is in the opponent's deployment zone, they improve the AP by 1. So
Right.
pretty good so far, but the thing that kind of blew people's that's a pun minds away is the rad cohort attachment. Battle round 1, at the start of your first battle round, for each enemy unit within your opponent's deployment zone, your opponent must decide whether that unit will take cover or stand firm. If it takes cover until the end of the battle round, that unit is battle shocked. If a unit stands firm, roll 1d6. On a 3-up, they suffer d3 mortal wounds.
Ugh.
Is
Round
this the simpler, not simple part of the rules?
Yeah, because you just roll a 3. Because I
But
don't know
John,
why you would be
there's a
battle
whole other
shocked.
round where it still gets simpler. Round 2, at the start of the second, third, fourth, and fifth battle rounds,
Is this where we get a double turn like Sigmar?
roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within your deployment zone. On a 3+, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
So you can kill Farseers who only have like 2 or 3 wounds.
So I stay in my deployment zone
Right.
on an objective or two and lose. Yes,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
got it.
You can take a potential basically 7 wounds to
Hmm.
a unit, and then take a test and maybe get battle shocked anyway. So
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
depends on. I guess it depends on the leadership.
what could possibly go wrong?
Right.
We'll see.
Perfectly balanced as it should be.
As all things should be.
Danny's not back yet, so we will move on. Eldar Fate dice. It looks like Miracle dice.
It's the same as
Basically,
Strains of Fate. It
I find
seems
it hilarious that you reduce the dice each time you reroll.
right.
And I know there'll be that one person that will only have one die after all of it.
That'll happen at least once.
Sure, why not?
Death Guard, everyone seems to complain about.
Except for Don Houston.
Well,
Apparently.
everyone just complains about losing all their buffs, but it's all out of context. I kind of agree with Don because it's all out of context. So,
Not to mention which, if you look at a lot of
I-
those, if you
and
look
they're
at
T6.
their T6, and if you look at a lot of the weapon
Terminators are.
profiles, a lot of them had the lethal hits profile, and that was
Oh, right.
that's pretty good.
I mean, I've been saying for forever, we can't actually decide if any of this stuff is good because we still haven't seen the most key thing, which is the missions.
True, but lethal hits we know is good because if you hit on a 6, it's an auto wound. That's just good.
But we don't know how terrain or the missions work.
I'm painting Agron. Your argument is relevant.
So, and then today, while I
Mhm.
stall for Danny, today we had Imperial Knights, and although Danny and John play Knights, although John mainly plays Chaos. John,
I
your
started
thoughts?
off as an Imperial player. I only played Chaos Knights in this edition for once the Imperial Knight Codex came out because it was too complicated for my tiny brain.
There we go. So, what do you think so far? It's less complicated. It's simplified, right?
That is actually simplified, to be quite frank. It is much simplified.
Wow.
Yeah, I would go back to playing Imperial Knights now because I don't have to worry about all the crazy honors and dishonors and the weird mesh of like overlapping nonsense. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's yeah, whatever.
That
So,
and
which would you choose, lay low the tyrant or reclaim the realm?
I would choose Chaos Knights.
Wow.
after all saying all of that, well,
I would choose whichever one makes my harpoon reroll
well,
because I'm
any of them
taking
do.
3 harpoon knights.
I mean, I
Well,
think
yeah, with
the answer really, I mean, because there's other oaths because there might be
No, I know.
omens,
I'm sure there's other stuff.
but the thing of it is
Probably Lalo the Tyrants.
I think that's what most people.
Yeah, I think I agree with a lot of people that that's probably the better of them.
yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever gives you that sweet 5-up, feel no pain.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
No, that's not
Yeah,
no.
that's how that works.
that's not Lalo the Tyrants thing. Is it that too?
Is it the?
No,
It's the noble
Where's that?
lance. That's a detachment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take that detachment. It's like, oh, everybody's got a 6-up, feel no pain. Oh, we're
Yep.
honored. 5-up, feel no pain.
Yes,
Pretty
and then
good.
you're honored by in Layla the Tyrant by killing the warlord.
Right.
So you gain 3 CP and you start to have a 5 up feel no pain. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, but why wouldn't you just reclaim the realm? Because you only have to do that. You could do that right away, couldn't you?
You
just-
control one or more objectives in your opponent's deployment zone.
I mean, if
I
you
don't
just suicide an armiger into that, blow somebody off in a deployment zone, suicide an
I
armiger into
guess.
that zone, all of a sudden you're honored for the rest of the game.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Again, I don't know what the missions are. I don't know if I
Because,
have to
John,
perform
you
actions.
have
I
to
don't know if
wildly
it's I
speculate.
don't know if it's just stand here and not die. I don't know any of this stuff. I don't even know if the terrain will hide any of my knights. I don't know if we have to buy foam that is tall enough to hide my knights and build L's and just use L's so I can hide my knights.
We more or less have confirmation because the Canis Rex has the towering keyword.
Okay.
So it can see through terrain and can be seen, which is better than what it used to be. More.
What if the terrain has no holes?
Then it can't see.
Well, then I guess we need to start building L's, right? Like everybody else.
Solid L's. We have some at the store.
Y's too. I still maintain that a giant Y in the middle of the table is peak 40K.
Okay, I'll give you one table at Hammer of Wrath with the Y.
No, I don't actually want to do it. I just want to make. I want to make other people think it's good and make them do it.
That's right. What are we talking about?
Y's in the middle of the table.
We moved away from knights and are now talking about Y's.
How did both of you, in the course of 2 sentences, capture the entire American governing system?
We're just good like that.
Call me Feinstein, all right?
Ooh, the age of dying is over.
Danny, your thoughts on knights, real quick?
I mean, they, at least in the whatever detachment they get, they didn't lose any wounds. It looks like, because like Canis went from 24 to 22, so that's a net loss. But if they have an inherent 6++, feel no pain, and that can go to a 5+ if you kill the warlord, like on average that actually puts them closer to 25 wounds. So you know, it's good. That also works against mortals and things like that, and even against things that might ignore your armor in close combat. So they're more resilient. They seem like they hit hard. I think they'll still have the same problems that knights have, which is how many bodies you have. You know, especially little knights, their OC was like 10, wasn't it?
Or 8.
Huge? 8? Like that's
still
a
lot.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
A fucking lot. So
with
that in mind,
Canis Rex is like OC 10.
So it just seems to me like that would then suggest the kind of what's popular and effective now, which is maybe one big knight and a lot of little knights is still going to be the flavor of the day, right? Just because it actually gives you that board control and lets you fight over objectives and things like that. Because, you know, that's just a lot. One little knight having, you know, counting as 8, pretty good. So I think they'll be fine. They'll still have the same problems they've always had, but you know, that's how it goes.
We know you really want to talk about the Thunder Coil Harpoon.
Fuck yeah, I do. I'm still gonna run 3 of those. If they let me, if the points work.
Just gotta get rerolls. You need a reroll.
You might have access to some way.
In this edition, with the dearth of rerolls, you need a reroll.
I mean, I don't know. Still 18-inch range is good. You know, they're probably going to be moving.
We don't know if they changed the table size on us again yet.
True.
It might not be as good. 18 inches might not. They might go back to 6x4. They might go. They might do something crazy, right? They might go like 6 1/3 by 4 3/8.
It has to be whatever 3 kill team boards make up.
That'd be funny if they're just like, we're just going to do whole numbers. So we're going to do, you know, we're going to do 80 by 50.
No, they're going to switch to centimeters.
I was about to say that. That'd be great. This board's 120 centimeters by 13 centimeters. Everybody know what size that is? Nope.
No, this is America.
Crap.
I mean, for real though, I will at least at one point for a couple of games play a triple poon for sure.
Of course you will.
It's also like it's BS 2+.
Yeah.
So, you know, hits on 2s, a crap ton of mortal wounds against monsters or vehicles, you know, it's gonna proc its
devastating wounds,
devastating wounds on a 4+, right, against monsters and vehicles. And then if you get lucky and you pop a 6 against a squad, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Or just take fucking 12 mortal wounds, have fun.
No, I think that's what that's what the anti is. It's instead of procking on a 6, it procs on whatever number
on 4+. Yeah, I'm just saying, but against a squad that doesn't have vehicle or monster, you can just
you hit a 6 and that's basically the
dude.
I'm sure the flamer will be good against squads, so you don't need to try to spike the harpoon against them.
Anyway, please let them be under whatever it is, 633 points. That's all I ask. Right? Like
You're assuming it's still 2,000 points.
666. No, what if we go to 1850?
Yeah.
If we go to
that's-
3,000, what if that's hilarious? That they're like, okay, all the
Oh my
points are up
God.
by 20%, except we're going to go to 3,000
no,
points as standard.
no. God, no.
Ultimate troll.
So I've stalled long enough, Danny. We can talk
Okay.
about corn Yahtzee.
Blood Yahtzee, excuse me. Is Blood Yahtzee?
Blood Yahtzee.
Yeah. So as I said before, and I've said many times today, look how they massacred my boy.
What are you talking about? They're fine. I actually like the Blood Yahtzee.
I mean, the reality is, and we had a teammate do some nice math, which is you're always going to have +2 movement at minimum because on whatever it is,
Any double.
on 8 dice, you are going to get a double, right? Like it's just mathematically impossible for you to not get a double.
Right.
So you're always going to get at least 2 inches to your movement. It's actually pretty reliable to get double 6 or a triple 4 plus to get advance and charge with the double movement or with the +2 movement, especially if you have 1 or 2 rerolls, which we know we get from the icons from the
and being
Corn Berserkers, which are great. And Corn Berserkers still have the most important rule. They lost a little bit of output, but they still get to move at you when you shoot them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Actually surprised they kept that.
Yeah, still real good. Angron also doesn't have towering, so he can hide now.
Yeah.
He's not coming back if you cannot build your game plan around him coming back anymore.
No, if he just happened to get in, if you want to bring him back, then you can.
Yeah. If you roll trip 6s, and you're like, hell yeah, then great. Especially because he does come back at full wound. So if he does come back, it's like, damn, like,
yeah,
pretty good. His auras are better because they affect him now. So you still get +1 to charge with him. You can get +1 to charge aura, which is good. The +1 attack, good. Or the just flat out reroll to hit, good. So I like that. I actually think it's really important assuming table size stays the same and deployment stays the same. If you go first and you have Angron, if you turn on especially his +1 to charge aura, and you do the +2 movement, so he moves 16, like he's gonna get a first turn charge.
I mean 17. He would get the +1 from himself, and then the +2, so it'd be 17.
Basically. Not to mention, if you do get the advance and charge, if you get that with the +2 movement, he is going to make a first turn charge.
And luckily, you will know before the movement.
Exactly. So you can actually plan it out. So that's really good, and fun. But he becomes an important pressure piece because like your opponent has to kill him. They have to, and that's going to buy you time to get your other forces in there and doing their damage. So really, what I want to see is what the what are they called? The 8-bound and exalted 8-bound look like.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're right now in base movement 9. Do they get bumped down to 7, assuming you're going to get the +2 to movement? Do they stay 9? Now all of a sudden they can be movement 11. It's pretty good, especially if you have run and charge.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He doesn't kill as much, but that's fine because the game's not supposed to be as killy. Everyone's kind of getting their kill nerfed down, which is fine. Still does plenty of damage. His sweep is actually damage 2 now, thank God, instead of 38 or whatever damage 1 attacks. I think I'd rather have 18 damage 2. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, not totally down on them. I think I like Blood Tithe better. I liked a system I could manage. I mean, really, what's probably going to kill World Eaters is their amazing secondaries are gone, so that sucks. What made World Eaters good.
Yeah.
We don't know what the missions are. Maybe they're not.
Yeah, who knows? But
maybe they get amazing secondaries.
Think for yourself. Said they're staying the same size, so we'll see.
Oh, let's hope.
Let me see. That was I mean, they show the demon gore cannon,
The tummy gun.
whatever.
Yeah.
Tummy
It's fine.
cannon.
On the King of Beers.
Yeah.
We'll see if maybe there's a way for me to run 3 of those as well, which I don't think
God.
so.
They mentioned basically not I guess not being for it being hard to run 3 of something. So I don't know.
I mean, it's already impossible to really run 3 now in any workable form. So,
Well, they were talking like in general, other than
well,
troops.
I thought the way they
So I'm
said it
wondering
was
if
you
they're
won't
gonna,
want to.
yeah, increase the cost maybe if you take more than 2.
maybe.
Because AOS does the opposite, don't they? They give you like a price break.
Sometimes, not on everything.
Or they
Only
used
on
to,
some
huh?
things. Only on some
I think
things.
on Battleline troops they did.
Yeah. If you reinforce, which is also one of my weird, like, tinfoil hats of the guard.
Okay.
The guard. What do you call it? Their preview specifically like point out that the squads can be 10 or 20,
Okay.
and we haven't really seen any like sense of can you add models to a squad, or a squad's just what they are, or is there a
Right.
mechanic for this? Like, because in Age of Sigmar you can reinforce, which means you take another, you add essentially the minimum squad, you double the squad, and battle line units can be reinforced twice, and a non-battle line can only be reinforced once, and you can only reinforce 4 units total in your army, or 4, you can only reinforce 4 times. So I'm like wondering, is that how they're going to do this? Are we still going to be able to buy a model by model basis with points? Because the way the Cadian shock troopers are, it feels like they're kind of built in, like squad is 10 or 20.
Hmm.
I just don't know.
Yeah, we'll
So
have to
are we
see.
stuck to minimum? Are we stuck to 1 squad size? So like Chaos Demons, where it's like you just have 10 bloodletters.
Oh,
That's what you get. You get 10 of them.
yeah.
Sounds like power level.
Yeah,
Sounds like power level.
What are you talking
Sounds
about?
like
They got rid of power
bullshit.
level.
Sounds like power level with extra steps.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yes. That's exactly what it sounds like. Sounds like power level with not the power levels.
Basically.
Yeah, there's my more tinfoil hat.
More, yes. It's tinfoil hat Danny today.
Yay.
I'm just saying, like, where in the Constitution does it say you can't do that? You can't find it. I'm just saying.
Please stop. So one of the topics I really want to, not really, but I want to kind of touch on was basically one, trying to keep interest in the game at the end of an edition, and 2, should you even bother trying to keep interest in the game at the end of an edition?
Nope.
I
gave up.
Yeah, John gave up.
I did the same thing before 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
Just 0 point.
I'm trying to with the campaign. But we started the campaign before 10th was technically announced, so.
Right.
And they did say June, so we're nearing on the last stretch. So I'll probably have 2 more updates. One probably at the start of June, and then one whenever the edition ends. So
I'm gonna try to play a game next week since I will have Tuesday night free.
what?
Yeah.
I'll be there all day.
Find an appointment
on Tuesday.
I will not be there all day. I have things to do until 6 o'clock because we have the play, but after that.
I'll be there all day because I have 100 containers to build.
Nice.
And according to the
I thought they didn't come yet.
It's supposed to come tomorrow. Now I got a message from UPS, so we'll see. I don't know. John already said no. I try just to keep stuff going on at the store. So.
Yeah, but you're a man of the people.
That is true.
We already established that I shit on the people.
Yes. Danny, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm in the AOS league. And
Okay, so
helping
other
you
than not
do other
playing a real
things.
game, what are your thoughts on 40K?
What do you mean? AOS is just proto 10th edition now. Apparently, I'm getting my reps in. I'll be
It's
ready for
true.
day one launch.
Can't wait to find that double turn in the rules someplace.
I know,
God,
right?
that would be amazing and so stupid for 40K, which is such a heavily shooting game. Again, I've had this discussion in other places. I like the double turn in AOS. It took me a while to figure it out, but I like it. I think it adds a nuance and complexity to the game that I think is important. But AOS is a primarily melee based game, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
In 40K, which is primarily a shooting based game, hell fucking no. That would be so stupid if you got two movement and shooting activations before your opponent.
I'm sure it'll be
First
fine.
one.
We
Also,
should give it a try, and we should record a game with a double turn because it'll be like a 5-minute video.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, though, we always say like make 40K 2 hours again. That's an easy way to make 40K under 2 hours.
Just double turn.
Yeah. Look, John's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
I'm considering it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I want to play 40K. I tried to play this past Tuesday, and no one was really available to play.
Right.
And then my AOS game ditched out on me. And but you know, I mean, I'd be happy to like throw my new, play with the Blood Angels I have now and see what stupid hero hammer I can do. And I think really part of it of like keeping interested in a dead edition, especially with only like a month and change left, it really depends on, you play 40K to hang out with your friends and experiment with just stupid stuff so you can have a laugh, or are you playing 40K to be competitive and win events or whatever? And if you're just playing 40K mostly to prep for your next event, to prep for your next tournament, then yeah, I don't honestly see much of a reason to keep playing until 10th. But 40K,
I mean, that's
really
not why I play anymore. I just can't bring myself to play a game that I know is going to be dead soon.
just so you can't remember rules.
Right,
mean,
like what? I don't want to
Well, okay,
pollute
so
my
I
mind further.
kind of have to play because I'm judging BAO
Right,
and ACO.
correct.
If ACO is still using 9th edition, but definitely BAO because it's I didn't realize it on Monday, but it's next week.
Yep.
So I kind of have to. I have to play. So if you're a judge and you still have events going on, you still need to play, or your players still need to play if they want to play in those events.
Your players do. You don't have to play. You can just wing it. Whatever.
True, but it
Hey,
helps.
how does this work? I don't know. Let me see your rules.
Yeah. But in terms of players, I mean, you need to run events just to keep your players involved. So like, there's our local RTT this weekend because BAO is the following week.
There is.
So if you're going to BAO and you want to practice, you would play in the RTT.
I know there's an RTT this weekend.
Yeah, it's been on BCP for like a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
because you don't pay attention because you already quit.
It hasn't. The event went up in the last 7 days, and it's my fault I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
You don't even play them.
I know. Whatever. I wouldn't be able to play anyways. I'm going to a wedding in Apple Valley on Saturday.
You have a baseball game to go to.
No, we're actually. That was the blessing of why he lost. So now he doesn't have to play in the finals on Saturday, and we don't have to have the argument with him about is he going to the wedding for his godmother or is he playing in the finals.
Fair.
So,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going, so I have I have my nephew's birthday party.
I'm not going because I have to work and ref soccer. So
fair enough.
Man, I didn't realize you guys were both invited to that same wedding.
Very popular godmother. I tell my daughter to make sure she keeps in touch with her godmother all the time. But that's only because her godmother is going to be the future mayor of LA one day. So it's good.
Well, okay. Gotta get them kickbacks somehow. I gotta get rid of all the parking tickets.
Yes. Well, she'd have to drive first, my daughter. So, what about me? But yeah, so right now I'm just organizing the narrative campaign and just basically still answering questions for BAO, and if it's still relevant, ACO. Either that or I'll have to learn a new edition fairly quickly. I do like the fact that after when 10th does come out, it's like a whole new slate of questions because I don't have to go back and say, did GW answer this already? And then have to go through the old edition, the old FAQ and see if questions were already answered or things like that. So instead, I get a whole new set of questions. So I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Everything's
Everything
fine.
will be fine. Everything's fine here. How are you? Yeah. So if you run events at your store, just keep running them because especially if people still want to play, and it also allows you to play maybe some non-competitive scenarios for your RTT, just to change things up. So depending on your location. Unfortunately for us, BAO is right around the corner, so people want to practice for that. So, but we'll see. So, I don't think there's anything else. Didn't see any questions. Let me do one last check. Any questions in the chat? I don't think I saw any.
Oh yeah, we have a chat.
Yes, John.
I haven't been paying attention to it because I'm not running the show. I enjoy this this no responsibility life. It's nice.
This is your single vacation day you are allotted this year, by the way.
All right. Well, just a reminder, BAO is coming up. It is sold out. Currently, it's if you haven't used your event token to sign up, make sure you do that because lists are due, I believe, by Monday. I don't remember because I usually pick a date and then forget what date I picked. If you have any issues, you can always email me. My email's on the player packet. And as a reminder again, June 9th is when tickets go on sale for LVO. Be sure to buy your LVO tickets early and make sure to budget for it, especially if you want the high roller package. But it doesn't look like any questions in the Patreon. Don't believe there's any questions in the chat. Just a reminder, anything, I don't think there's anything else. I can't remember now.
Okay.
I had it on the tip of my tongue. And I
Gross.
forgot.
Dementia.
Let's see real quick. Yeah, basically. So also just don't forget our sponsors, Hammerhead Games. Just go to hammerheadgames.net or check out the Shark Tank on Facebook. That's where they have all their new deals and new product and where they let you know. They recently combined with another neighboring card store, so they have a bigger venue now. So
What?
check them out in Sacramento.
Wheeling and dealing.
I feel like every time
Wheeling
we give
and
an update
dealing.
on
It's
Tony,
like
and he's actually moved into San Francisco. He's the mayor now, and he's conquered this new
I don't know if you'd
province.
want that. That's like a step down
Yeah, fair enough.
nowadays.
Anything in San Francisco is a step down at this point. Good God.
Yeah.
But I mean,
A step
it seems
down
like
at
he's
83 times the cost.
it seems like he's moving into a new location or expanding about every year. So,
Yeah.
or both.
Even the Roman Empire.
Our other
is like, dude,
sponsor,
bro,
for
calm
those that don't
down.
know, Gameology, Pasadena specifically, but Gameology Games. Just head to gameologygames.com. Check out their website. Get order stuff. They ship
Great website.
around at least the continental U.S., sometimes outside. Always have a sale. And as I mentioned before, we are part of the FLGN network. which I don't think we have our page set up yet, but we should soon. In the meantime, if you click on the link, the affiliate link in the show notes or the description, that will send you to their shop. And if you sign up through OVO there, or just buy any of the products through there, it helps us out a little bit. And just a reminder, as Tom mentioned earlier, we do have a Patreon. Just go to patreon.com and look for TFG Radio. You get access to our super secret club where you can ask us questions outside of the show. And we do post sometimes other excerpts and
this is easiest. Easily. This is easily the worst sponsor section of any podcast I've ever had to listen to of all time, Adam.
It is not the worst, because I have done worse, and you have mentioned that before. So,
oh my god!
So there.
Look, Daddy's drink's empty. Hurry it up.
We have Buzz John today. Buzzed Angry John.
Oh, I'm not angry at all.
Don't take your kid's loss out on us, John.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry about that at all.
Can we just shorten it and call him Ang John?
Ang John.
Like
I prefer Denethor John. Denethor John was fun.
Dude, God.
Well, Denethor John's
being on podcast with Denethor John is a fucking drag. My God.
That's only because you're Faramir.
I know.
It's fine for Danny. Danny's Boromir.
Fret not, little brother. Tonight we drink.
That's one of my favorite parts of the extended one, where they're there and they both look over and they see their dad and they're both like, "Oh, fuck.
Yeah."
Can he not just give us one day of peace?
Yes.
I get to see.
So I would absolutely try to take the ring. I would absolutely try to take the ring from Frodo.
Yes, this is why you're Boromir.
Yeah.
Plus,
totally fine with this.
I could see Danny, a couple horns deep at a Ren fair, saying, "One does not simply choose violence."
Or it's a funny thing. So much suffering, so much pain, such a little thing. Everyone wants to be Strider, but the reality is, best you can hope for is a Boromir.
Yeah, most people are definitely Boromir.
Oh,
if they even attain anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the best you can hope for is Boromir.
I missed that part of your point.
Yeah,
but I circled back to it. Like a good corporate monkey.
People, I think,
circled
are the gatekeeper at Bree that gets run over by the riders.
Yeah. Most people wouldn't even be, let's be honest, a farmer maggot if you're in the if you're reading the books, because people, if you read the book, Farmer Maggot flat out tells one of the Nazgul, fuck off. He's like, I'm telling you shit, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, Farmer Maggot hard as fuck.
He's like that kid at the beginning of Terminator 2 who won't narc.
Yeah.
And thus saves the human race. Yeah.
Instinctually lying to a cop.
Yeah.
Remember.
There we go. So luckily John was able to join us late to give us the status of his kid's baseball season.
And admonish you for your terrible sponsor section.
Yeah. In your opinion.
My opinion is the only one that matters to me.
Great.
I can't.
How dare you use philosophy?
Now we just need a meme of John, the freaking Ragnarok meme where John is like, "You can't defeat me," and Adam is like, "I can't, but he can." Tom with philosophy references.
I mean, I was dead inside today. I was at the DMV.
Oh no!
Both sides large. Jesus.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but because I went to the El Monte one, and so it was fine. But yeah, I still had to go to the DMV, take a new picture. Thank God they didn't make me take the eye test.
Yeah,
it's the only thing I was dreading.
It's coming one day, old man.
Well, I think that's mandatory when you turn 80. So hopefully I can put it off till then, if I would go that far. But I think that's it for tonight. Thank you everybody for listening. John, any last words? Since you were here last, you get to leave first.
Sure. Wait for the missions.
You mean the mission card pack?
I mean, just wait till you see what the missions are before you
Pokemon missions?
talk.
I choose you. Dawn of War deployment.
Yeah. I choose you, double turn. Yay!
Nice. Danny.
Play games, be nice to each other, and pour one out for the homies of Forge World and my Dimacharons. But
Oh, Danny, still pining away for.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
I
that is
buried
some
them like
bullshit.
kings of old.
I know I missed that part of the show, but that is some absolute bullshit. That all that stuff is getting legended, so you cannot use it.
I'm
Like,
okay with. I'm okay
Only
with all the.
competitive play. Only
Look, as
Not-
somebody who
competitive play.
has, a bunch of Forge World Knights, this
Were
is
you
some
worried?
BS.
Were you worried, John?
Was I worried?
Yeah.
No, I'm not worried. It's dumb that I got these knights and I can't use them.
None of the
Well,
knights
they're
were
not on
touched.
the list, so you're safe.
How do you
If
know?
we get
'Cause
if we
they
get
showed
more
the list.
patrons,
Yeah, I
so
don't know
far,
about that.
So far,
They said the list so far.
Well, they
Just
did
saying,
come
if
out
we
with
get more-
plastic.
if we get more
Giraffe?
patrons, I'm gonna bury one of my Dimacharons like the kings of old and just put it on a boat and set it on fire.
Oh my god.
Make sure you wear a mask. You don't want to inhale that resin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, ideally, maybe I can do this in Oregon where I have access to
It'd
a
be
bow
like,
and arrow.
it'd be
and
like,
can,
sir, sir, this is a public pool.
I also, by the way, still have like 4 old dreadnoughts, the mini dreadnoughts, Trueborn.
Oh,
Like-
you mean the box? The box?
Yeah,
dreads?
come on, like they're dreads. Why would I ever gotten rid of dreads?
Because they're no good anymore. They've been legended.
Okay, well, I think we need to take one of those, one of my Dimacharons, one of Adam's Hell Talons, and just
Oh.
figure out something funny to do with this.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like legending entire units. Like, if you want to do it with the character, fine. Because the
Yeah, they
characters
got
are
rid of all the
problematic.
characters, basically.
But I don't know. People bought them. Let them use them.
Yeah, you already missed tinfoil hat, Danny.
That's fine.
When he gave his thoughts on why.
I will totally listen to it later.
Don't you lie to my face like that.
I didn't. I lied to the camera.
Oh man. So now we got John's thoughts, thankfully.
And Danny's thoughts.
No, Danny gave his thoughts earlier.
I thought you meant the final thoughts. My bad.
No, I meant about the Forge World.
Got it.
Danny, your thoughts?
What? My thoughts are well known.
Yeah. He already
No,
did the be nice and play games or
Play
whatever the
games.
hell
No,
he
he
says.
did. I wasn't paying attention.
He did.
Yeah, of course you weren't. And then I had to go
Tom?
on my rant.
Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Oh, that's right. It's Thursday. Tomorrow is Tau Day.
See the railgun. I would like to see the railgun. I would like to see the baby.
Oh yeah.
I'm
rewatching
calling
that
in
first
sick to 40K news tomorrow. I already have our chat on mute. I've already uninstalled Discord.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Well, thank you everybody for listening.
Facebook.
Thank you everybody for listening. Hopefully we'll get things figured out next time. But good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Goodbye.